Shalom everyone, I hope you are well. This week's Parsha is Parshat Lech Lecha, third Parsha in the Torah. In the first Parsha where we're introduced to Avram Avinu, our forefather Abraham, the first Jew, the first person who came on his own to recognize God's existence. And in the first verse, a lot of firsts, in this week's Parsha, God introduces himself to Avram. And the first message that Hashem says to Avram is, Lech Lecha, go. Where should he go? Me'artzecha. It doesn't tell him where to go, he tells him where to go from. Me'artzecha, from your birth, from your land. Me'oladecha, from your birthplace. Me'beit avicha, from your father's house. El ha'aretz asher ata areka, to the place, the land that I will show you. And I think in this verse we can learn so much about what our mission in life is. And we can learn this from our forefather Avram Avinu. We know that Ma'aseh Avos Siman Labanim, what happened to our forefathers, is a message to each and every one of us. And I think in this first verse, the first message that God gives to Avram is a message, is a calling to each and every one of us. And what is that message? And I think the first message is a realization that we're on a journey. A recognition that life is a journey. Life is not just about being stationary. Life is not just about going through the motions and just going through the actions of life. But life is a journey. That's the first important message. You're on a journey. And the message is that you can do this, and I will be with you. But how do we do this journey? What is this journey about? And the message is that to a certain extent, we have to let go of some of the things in our past in order to find our truest potential. We don't deny where we came from. We don't deny our existence, our birthplace, our land, our parents' house, but rather we are supposed to incorporate those things into our life, but to a certain extent let go of them to find our truest potential. And how do we find our truest potential? El ha'aretz asher ata areka. To follow me, to follow the direction that Hashem guides us in, and realize that there's going to be a certain amount of unknown in this journey. And basically embrace the unknown. Embrace that there is going to be an unknown. But with the realization that Hashem is with us, that God is with us, God is guiding us. And if we continue in this direction, being willing to let go of some of the limiting aspects of our past and our upbringing and our childhood, and transcend and go in the direction that Hashem is guiding us, we will end up in a very good destination. And within this message really lies an idea that faith is a two-way street. There's a faith, of course, that we have in God, but there's also a faith that God has in us. God is telling Avram Avinu as he starts this journey, I believe in you. And we say this in the beautiful prayer every morning, Modeh ani lefanecha. The first words that a Jew is supposed to say out of their mouth as they wake up in the morning is Modeh ani lefanecha. The word gratitude. First word should be gratitude. And I say, Modeh ani lefanecha. I give gratitude to you, God. Melech chai v'kayam, the King who's alive and well, who's continuing to create the world. Shechazarta bi nishmati, that you return my soul. As we believe every night, a little bit of our soul goes up to heaven. You return to me my soul, b'chem lo rabba, with tremendous love. Emunatecha. And the commentaries tell us this is not the faith that we have in God, but this is the faith that God has in us, believing in our potential, believing in our ability to let go of these limitations and find our truest potential. And I think within this message also lies an idea that we must have a direction in life. We may not know exactly where we're going to end up, but we must have a direction. There's a saying, I believe it's a tribute to the movie Alice in Wonderland, that if you don't know where you're going, every road leads you there. And even though there is an unknown in life, but there's a direction that we're supposed to be going in. And by definition, that means that we have to be thinking about the end. We can't be so enveloped in the means that we forget what the real goal here is. One of the biggest mistakes people make is when they confuse the means with the end. Is when they get so enamored by all the details of life, all the stresses of life, and all the things that we get so busy with, that we forget really what we're doing this all for. And the message to Avram Avinu is that I want to give you the greatest blessings. I want you to be the source of all blessings. I want you to become the greatest nation. But ultimately that means that you have to have a direction. You have to have a direction. I saw a very nice quote attributed to Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl, as we know, was a psychologist who was trained in Austria before the Second World War and did therapy in the concentration camps, and wrote he helped save thousands of people's lives before the war and during the war. And he wrote in his very famous book, Man's Search for Meaning, he wrote this really, really special book and based on an idea called logotherapy, purpose therapy, meaning therapy. And I saw this quote where he says, if we take man as he is, that's what he will be. If we take him as he should be, we make him capable of being what he can be. And I think in that message is really what this pasuk is teaching us, that we have to be willing to let go of our limitations, look forward, and reach towards our potential. The whole essence of what we are as a human and as a Jew is to go beyond our current selves. Don't define yourself based on where you are, but where you are going. You know, at Emet, very often I'm asked a question by people who are students who are dating, and they ask me, do you think this person might be the right person for me? And very often there's differences in their religious level. There's differences in other things, in other aspects of their spiritual growth, personal growth. And what I often tell them is that in addition, of course, to looking at where the person is right now, sometimes as important, if not more important, is to look at the direction to where the person is going. Where are they going? Where are their aspirations? What's their dreams? What's the direction that they're going in life? And I think that within this pasuk is this message that we must have direction. We must have a purpose. We must be going somewhere. It's not always clear where we're going, but we must go somewhere. We must have a direction. And in order to do that, we have to be willing to let go of our limiting beliefs, the things that often hold us back from our childhood and our past, and reach above, reach ahead, and embrace the unknown, follow the direction that Hashem is guiding us in. And through this moving forward, we will become this amazing nation, become the source of all blessing, by letting go of our limitations and being willing to embrace the unknown, go forward, have faith in Hashem, and realize that Hashem has faith in us. Good Shabbos, everyone.